And away we go. Staffs and Worcester, here we come. We're on the Staffs and Worcs now, and shortly we're going to need one of these each, me and Bernadette, and you'll see why as we continue our journey. Well, this is a really narrow area, and two boats won't be able to get through, so Bernadette goes ahead with her walkie-talkie and I've got mine here ready. We don't know all the words you use, so we know what we mean when we talk to each other. There's no alpha papa stuff on ours, but I do wonder sometimes how a single-hander would do this, because I mean there's just... Okie dokie, that's fine that, Bernadette, thank you. So that means I'll have to back out now until the boat comes. Like I said, this will be really difficult for single-handers, this. Really, really difficult. La, 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 la. Right, so we'll start making our way a bit back now. Bernadette's just contacting us on our walkie-talkie to say it's clear and we can start our little journey again. La 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 la. Right, so we'll carry on. This is the widest point here as you're coming in, and then it just gets narrower and narrower. That's just the view from the back when you're looking down, but it actually gets narrower than that as we go further forward as well. So you'd have no chance if a boat came in same time as you at the other end. Somebody would have to give up and go back. Now this section's got even narrower, and what makes it a bit awkward as well is on the left hand side there's rocks just under the water, so you can actually hit them as well if you're not careful. Believe it or not, this looks like it's been cut back a bit from last year, because last year I was spending my time going through the bushes, but I think they must have had a little bit of a cutback. I think there must have been a few arguments now and then as well from people. They've always come in both ends. But it is one of the narrowest areas on any of the canal network, this. So you've got to bide your time and wait your turn if you have to. And there again, you can just see it's certainly Single channel only, as they say. So we've got about 5 minutes left of this. It should be nice and clear after that. It looks as though the sun may have come out as well ahead. They must have had the reasons why they wanted to leave it like this rather than just make it wider. Bernadette's helped out. She's gone ahead and made certain nobody decides to come in. So we're nearly there, through the bridge, and then about another 100 yards and we're there. That'll be it then. Well, it shows you that was a wise decision.
Was there anybody following you through?
No, it was nobody else. No, it's clear. So, like I was just saying, it's a good job Bernadette did walk ahead and check, because there was a boat ready to come in. So that would have been issues, but we're all right now. It's we're through. And we'll carry on, and I'll pick Bernadette up now. This is one of the coal boats who still trade on the canals. Now, as I promised earlier, and normally is the case, it gets quite busy in this area. I just need to show you a little bit of history, what everybody, or people who are not interested in the heritage of canals, just go by and don't know. But I'll show you something very interesting soon. So now we're coming to a place known as Carth should I say, Carth Heath, and on the right is Otherton Junction. This is another abandoned canal, and I'll show it you as we get through the bridge. This was abandoned, well, the last coal boat came through in 1949, and the canal was abandoned a couple of years later. But there is a restoration society, or a trust, the Lichfield and Otherton Restoration Trust, who are trying to connect it back up to the Northern BCN at Norton Keynes. Now, I don't know whether it's a pipe dream. Will it ever be possible? Because money's very tight at the moment in the country. But down on the right, and I'll just show it you now, I'll just turn to the right with the camera. As we go past, there is still a lock down here. There was and you go through that lock to go to some private moorings, and there used to be 8 locks in a 3-mile stretch down there, but there's just that one now. So that is another branch what has been abandoned, but a little piece, which is always nice to see, has been left. So that's the Otherton branch, and that is the Otherton Canal, and it's still got a bridge, as well, but you can go down there a short distance with moorings and that, and like I said, they're trying to get that back up and running. Now, I don't know if you can see the lock, if it's still there, because that's what you have to get through to get to your marina moorings. I think I just saw a glimpse. Yes, it's still there. Wonderful. that is another little bit of history, and like many restoration society and trusts, they're trying to restore it. Now if that little branch was restored back to the northern BCN at Norton Keynes, which is what they want to do, what a connection. You're straight into the middle of the Birmingham Canal navigations, and that would be something else if it was possible. But unfortunately I have my doubts, but it would be great if it ever materialised. So that's another little hint, just a little hint of history. The Otherton Canal at Kerfeath. We're now at a place called Four Ashes, which is totally inconspicuous now, but for a big chemical works on the left. Now, history, I've said this before, just melts away and is forgotten, and it's important to keep your heritage. Once upon a time, during the canal heyday here, there was a tar works, and it was served, along this length here, was served by the Thomas Clayton boats, which are now well sought after traditional old working boats. But along here now, obliterated, you wouldn't know any of that, but it's just things what I am fascinated with, and I just thought I'd give you that little bit of snippet of information. Well, we're coming to a little place now called Gailey. It's nothing special, definitely nothing special, but it has actually got something rather nice here, and again, whether people know it or not, there's again a little bit of history with it. Also, if my mind thinks right, there's something here as well on the lock gates. What a bloody terrible apologies for swearing, but they make it a little bit awkward opening and shutting gates, but I might be completely wrong on that, but I'm sure it is here, so we'll wait and see. This is what we like. One boat comes out, leaves the gate open, and we can just trundle in with the greatest of ease. Wonder if you've guessed what I was on about when I said there was something actually nice here. I'll let you, I think there might be a clue now. This here, what looks like a little turret, that is the roundhouse. Now, it is now a canal side shop, but believe it or not, that was the toll clerk's office many years ago. I don't think you get many offices like that nowadays for a clerk. But I thought I'd show you that. Apologies for the movement, but I'm going up and down in the lock. Now the thing what I ate, or anybody who opened the locks will eat, if you look closely, you normally got a long arm to balance the locks. But here, because of the position, they're bent to one side, as you can see, as I'm going down. they're bent to one side and they're extremely awkward to open because you've not much leverage. So that was a thing I actually hated. I think Bernadette does now, because I've done these myself many a time, but we've given ourselves the duties as they are now. So Bernadette likes doing the locks and having a walk, and I take in the scenery and everything at the back. I don't know who's got the hardest job. Well, I do really. What's really nice about the locks on the Staffs and Worcester is they always feel well maintained, and they're just so easy. They must be some of the easiest locks on the system. They're just absolutely brilliant to use, and they don't seem to have many, well, the paddles seem to be really maintained. So it's a pleasure to use these locks. Absolute pleasure. Well, we're coming to our next lock, called Rodbaston, and this one is very close to the M6 motorway, and no doubt you will be able to hear and see the traffic. This is quite close, and I know which one I'd rather be on. Well, on that side we've got a bit of the modern world, and no bad thing, I don't mind them. Well, that's close to the canal, and as you loop round, oh, you probably can hear by now, that is the M6 motorway flying past. I spent many times nipping down the M6 motorway for meetings, but I'm so glad I'm not there now. No, keep away from me, motorways. So we've got the modern world on either side. I think we've one more lock after this for today. A nice trundle along, I think. I just thought I'd give you a nice little view of us coming out the lock, but viewing it from the back, just nice and gentle. Just looking down, in an earlier video I talked about weights of locks, and the lock gate, what I showed you, I think it was 1,470 kilograms, and you know, because it's like the print goes on the gate, what the weight is. That one was 1650, that lock gate. So they do vary tremendously in weight. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Right, we're coming out the last lock now for today. A good thing with the Staffs and Worcester, a lot of the locks, is a lot of people, Bernadette and me included, we won't jump across the lock when one gate's open, because there can be slime or anything, and we have actually seen a person fall in. Luckily they only got the pride with hurt, but it could have been a lot more serious. But here you have little bridges over a lot of the locks on the Staffs and Worcs, so you can just walk across without having to walk all the way around, and that's pretty nifty and a lot safer. So out we come on our way, on our moorings, probably 10 or 15 away. We just get that little bit of distance away from the motorway, so it doesn't disturb you that much. But it's a nice peaceful mooring, and it just keeps you just outside the town of Penkridge, where it gets pretty hectic mooring there. So our moorings are coming up next, as they say, and the weather has taken a turn for the better, so that's great. Right, we've moored up near, well, it's facing Otherton Marina. It's not one of our most luxury of moorings, but in the evening this is actually quite relaxed time. If you're not going out at Penkridge or anything, and there's plenty of boats there, it can be a little bit of a pain, that. So we just moor that little short distance away from Penkridge, as we're going to stay in tonight and just have a nice relax. So here we are, and it's switch off time.